Hey, what's up, everybody? Every Thursday, I will be throwing it back. Pause. I know that sounds a little cliche, but no, pause on the pause moment. But yeah, every Thursday, I'll be doing Throwback Thursdays from previous videos that I shot when I was first shooting My Mom Mondays and how even them videos got me inspired. So while y'all at it, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget, follow that Instagram page. And I hope y'all enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, everybody? This Kimberly Sykes doing another segment of My Mom Monday. And today's segment of My Mom Mondays that I want to talk about is establishing a routine. That's a little background story. So, like, one of my friends, like, I think about a month ago, recently told about, like, how he met this young lady. And, like, the thing that he liked about her the most was that the fact that she had a routine. And just piggybacking, like, off of what he said about her, I could just relate to her and say, like, I know I had me a set routine, and I know some of that stuff actually come from athletics and things like that. And just talking about that, like even like athletes such as Giannis Antetokounmpo, who soon to be the two-time MVP. How, like, I've recently heard like how he has a set routine of like how he eat, the type of foods that he eats, the type of workouts that he does, and we could all see like how his routine has affected him greatly, because he started off in the league, he was skinny and everything, and now he's like muscular, like this cut dude. And even Ray Allen, like one of the greatest shooters of all time, I heard that he takes, I ain't gonna say take, but shoots, I mean makes 1,000 jump shots every day. And we see how that turned out. He's all-time leader in three-point shooting. That's even regular life stuff. I heard one time Inky Johnson say that his grandmother always had a set routine. I like how she get up and conducted her day. And we see how, like, if you look up Inky Johnson, you see how he turned out, how he be turned out to be the successful man, and that just relates back to the family aspect. Also, E.T. Thomas, I hear him say all the time, like, you got to get up 3:30 or 3 o'clock. That's to beat me of being one of the greatest motivational speakers of all time. And we can see how that all turns out. And with that being said, I know that speaking up for myself and just noticing things around me, I feel like people with routines are structured, whereas people who don't have a routine typically are unstructured. And with that, with that happening and that occurring, I feel like people who has a routine and are structured, they typically have an easier way of like dealing with problems and issues, because they know how to function when things go left, and because they have like a protocol or a standard they want to live and abide by. Whereas people who don't have a routine and don't have a structure don't necessarily have don't necessarily know how to handle certain issues, and don't really have standards for themselves as far as how they go about their day. See, I know I'm a firm believer, like, every day I everything that I do is accordingly to how, like, I want my day to be planned out and mapped out. And I feel successful every day that I do it, because I know there's not too many times throughout the week where I'm going to get myself out of the nature of what I have to do, and I'm focused on what I have to do. And it makes me a lot more structured. Whereas I know some things around me not so structured, and their goals are not centered on what they got to do. And just like, just piggybacking off of it, like, people with with a routine, they have a most likely a protocol. So if things go left, we know how to handle those situations. But if you don't have no protocol, or you don't know how, or you don't know, can't figure out how to conduct different issues when they come upon, then how you gonna handle your issues? It's just gonna be messy. Basically summing it up. And that's another thing about having a routine. What I basically want to say about that is, like, my coach had a saying, and playing for basketball, I'm pretty sure like someone has heard this saying: "Be the hammer, not the nail." And what I get out of that is, if you're the hammer, you know you gotta have repeated repetition, but and you gotta have repeated repetition, and it gotta be at the same motion. Because if you just whacking that hammer any kind of way, you're not gonna get that nail down completely, or that nail gonna break. So with people who have a routine, we at the constant motion, doing it at the same way, constantly at the same time, and that nail gonna eventually, go down. Whereas somebody without a routine is gonna be whacking it all different kind of places, and most likely they're not gonna get that nail completely down. And basically, what I'm getting at is by someone having a routine, it's easier for them to get them goals done the correct way. Not even necessarily the correct way, but you'll be a lot closer to achieving the goals that you want to achieve. And that's basically what I want to say, y'all. Like, establish a routine so you could be that hammer, and make sure you hammering that nail correctly. Because I know a lot of people with set routines have that type of structure. And with that being said, this is Kim Sites on another segment of My Mind Mondays.